You know, deep in the jungles of the Yucatán, the Mayan civilization left behind way more than just incredible ruins. They left behind a secret, a kind of hidden frequency of consciousness. A powerful state of mind that, honestly, we've all but forgotten.
Okay, so let's dive right into this. At the very heart of this lost knowledge is this legendary figure, a man named Balam-Ku. And he wasn't just a hunter, he was the guardian of something much, much bigger. So what we're going to do here is go on a little journey from an ancient myth all the way to modern neuroscience. Together, we're going to uncover this forgotten technique for the mind and see how it connects to practices many of us are actually exploring right now. See, the Maya weren't just vaguely seeking enlightenment. Nope. They were tuning into a very specific state of being they called the hunter frequency. The whole point was to achieve what they called Sukut Zen, which translates to the silence of the mind, a state of absolute, profound mental stillness.
This entire legend is really built around this one central figure, Balam-Ku. And his name itself holds this fascinating paradox. Balam means jaguar, and Ku means sacred consciousness. So he was literally the jaguar of sacred awareness.
And this right here, this gets to the core paradox of the whole legend. I mean, how can someone be both a hunter, a symbol of peak alertness, instinct, and focus, and also be enlightened, a state we think of as deep calm and stillness? This combination, this fusion, is the entire key.
Now, the myths say that by mastering this hunter frequency, Balam-Ku developed what sound a lot like superpowers, right? But these weren't meant to be literal abilities. They were actually powerful metaphors for an incredibly advanced and totally attainable mental state.
So the big question is, how did they actually get to this state? Well, it wasn't just by wishing for it. The Maya had a precise technology for this, a kind of roadmap for the mind that they called the Jaguar's Breath.
And this was a really systematic three-stage process. It starts with this powerful breath to just sharpen all your senses. From there, your focus completely shifts to this state of pure receptive awareness. And finally, you consciously direct your energy up through your body to unlock what they called metaphysical sight.
And this is where it gets really, really cool. This whole thing shows how ancient wisdom so often gives us a perfect map of our own neurology. So let's just peel back the layers of this myth and translate it into the language of modern science. This brings us to the central and, seemingly impossible question. Can you really be in a state of profound rest, almost like a deep sleep, while your mind is simultaneously hyper-aware and laser-focused?
So on one hand, you have delta waves. Think of these as the frequency of deep, restorative, dreamless sleep. This is where your conscious, thinking mind just goes silent. And then, on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, you've got gamma waves. This is your brain just firing on all cylinders. We're talking peak focus, high-level processing, the frequency of those sudden aha moments of incredible insight.
So can these two states actually exist at the same time? Well, modern neuroscience says yes. It happens in a very rare and special state known as gamma-delta coherence, which means the legend of Balam-Ku wasn't just some story. It was describing a real, measurable neurological phenomena. And this is exactly the state of the Enlightened Hunter. That internal chatter, the constant voice in your head, it completely stops. That's the delta influence. But at the exact same time, your awareness of the world around you becomes exceptionally sharp. That's the gamma.
So how do you get there? Well, this state is achieved by manually overriding what's called the brain's default mode network, or DMN. You can think of the DMN as your brain's screensaver. The moment they're not focused on something, it kicks in, and that's when you start daydreaming, worrying, replaying memories. It's the source of all that mental noise.
All right, so let's build a bridge from the ancient Maya directly to a practice we can actually use today. Let's talk about a powerful approach called delta meditation.
There's a modern technique known as delta tapered breathing that works almost like an old radio dial. It lets you consciously and systematically tune your own brainwaves, guiding them towards this very specific state of gamma-delta coherence.
The process behind it is surprisingly simple, really. You just start by establishing a balanced rhythm, inhaling and exhaling for the same count. Then you lock in the inhale and you begin to systematically lengthen only the exhale, breath by breath. This intentional imbalance, that's the secret sauce. So neurologically, this does two things at once. That progressively longer exhale is a huge signal to your body's rest and digest system, which encourages the production of those slow, calming delta waves. But the conscious act of controlling and counting the breath, that keeps your executive function online, maintaining that sharp, gamma-like alertness.
And when you lay it all out like this, the connections become crystal clear. The Mayan symbolism of the calm jaguar and the alert eagle maps perfectly onto delta and gamma brainwaves, and their legendary hunter frequency is precisely what delta-tapered breathing is designed to achieve: gamma-delta coherence. It's a one-to-one match.
That's exactly why it's been called a conscious frequency reduction engine. It sounds super technical, I know, but all it really means is that it's not just a relaxation exercise. It's a precise tool that puts you in the driver's seat, letting you engineer your own state of consciousness from mental noise to profound, aware silence.
So the key takeaway here is that both paths, the ancient Jaguar's breath and modern delta-tapered breathing, are leading to the exact same destination: Sakut Zen, the silence of the mind. And it's a state you achieve not by zoning out, but by becoming more powerfully present than you've ever been before.
And that really is the ultimate revelation. The hunter frequency isn't just some ancient myth. It's a blueprint for a dormant potential that exists inside your own nervous system right now. The only question left is, are you ready to awaken it?